And we're gonna kick this one off with a sally out and a javi toss. Hello guys, Ellington here. How's everybody doing today? Let me get our cards up here for a moment. So, we are back with an awesome battle replay, and this is on the settlement of Alexandria Aracosia. And we've got ourselves a 4 versus 4. So as you can see, we start this one off with a sally out from Galatia. Galatia, by the way, being commanded by Puv. On the other side here, we actually also have some Pontic cavalry coming out. Citizen Cav, Pontus being commanded by Kenny. The other two defenders, we've got Gete being commanded by Alpha Zero Adam. And finally, we have got Boei being commanded by Tidyrond. Now for the attackers, we have got Kush being commanded by Billy Blazes. What's his cap doing? 50 kills now, not too shabby. Then we've got Seleucid being commanded by Iron Fist. Carthage being commanded by B-Man. The B-Man, guys, he's here. He's back. Everybody say hello to the B-Man. And finally, we have got Egypt being commanded by Smoke Grenadiers. Now the cav over here from Galatia looks like it's about to go kaput here. 64 kills on it, not too shabby for a light horse. Mostly, I think, Egyptian infantry and stuff like that, though. But you know what? I think it's still worth it. Now, on the other side, I believe Pontus's cav is still kind of going. Only, what, 15 men left? Something like that. 15 men left. 141 kills on it, though. I think you got some really good charges on this helmet over here. Citizen Cav, they're okay. The biggest thing about Citizen Cav is, like, they're too heavy to be light Cav, but they're not heavy enough to be heavy Cav, but then they're, like, too slow to be fast, and, like, I don't know, they're just kind of awkward a little bit, I think. I think they can be a little tough to use just because, you know, lighter Cav are faster than them, but heavier Cav out-punch them, so, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. Now, he's actually sending in the other cav actually after the first cav is gone. Interesting. I wonder if he was hoping the attackers like, oh, well, there's one cav, and that's, oh, they didn't send out another one, so that'll be it. And I don't think they're expecting another one so quickly after the first one was dead. One charge in, almost breaking. Will it break? It's wavering. How does this Hillman have 7 men and not broken? Come on. Then it breaks and shatters like instantly. But then they did get a nice charge into the second Hillman unit. 43 kills on this cap now. Ooh, and they've got a little. This is a little bad for the attackers. You know, they are in open field now with not very many things to stop them. There's not any cav over here. All the infantry is very spread out. Got some Royal Peltas, they can throw some Javies, so that might help. Yeah, I think that's going to be enough to turn them around. Not sure exactly where he's going. I probably would honestly just charge this right here because they are out of formation and okay. He's going to go and stop the tower here. He's going to go be annoying. Let's stop the tortoise even. There you go. 47, 48. You know, he's going to get some kills here, and honestly, secondary, he's just slowing them down. But very nice Javi toss here by the Hillmen of Seleucid. Hillmen, that's pretty much what they're good for, is moving siege equipment and throwing javelins. Now, on the far side, you can see that the attack is full underway. We have Kush is all over the place, guys. So Kush bringing tortoises up here to this side. Now, the thing about this map is this particular corner is very, very difficult for the defenders, excuse me. And the reason for that is because attackers can set up their archers here and here and get really, really, really good shots into defenders from all sorts of different angles. But the issue with the interior of this settlement, or this corner specifically, are these housing units right here. So what those housing units do is it means that the defenders the closest place they can set up their archers is here and here. And that is not close enough to hit anything coming through the breaches. So what that means is that the attackers can get their stuff in. They can hit the defenders as much as they want, but the defenders' archers cannot counter them. And that makes this spot very, very, very painful to hold for the defenders. We do have some Celtic slingers up top here by Galatia. I think Boii was like thinking that they were actually going to push to the Citadel. So Boii had a bunch of stuff up here to defend, and now he's moving stuff out because it looks like they are not going to do that. Now in this corner, we have Seleucid coming in through the streets here. They really want to hold on to this tower if they can, or at least keep it neutralized, Pontus does. The reason for that is because the furthest they can get away to keep this choke point is here, and that is well within the range of this tower. So if Pontus loses it, it will make holding this gap here very, very painful. Now, typically, the place that is rough for the defenders here is kind of the same thing as the other side. You can get archers around and really get nice shots into them. But I don't think they're going to do that, Seleucid. Because that means he's going to have to push archers all the way over here. And I just think that leaves him very, very exposed. You can see Kush and a little bit of Seleucid is coming into this side with a very, very heavy Getae presence here. Kush does have a Desert Cav over here, which is not a great cavalry, but it's just something for the attackers to use to counter sally-outs. It's a flexible, fast unit that they can move around. Libyan infantry about to fight some sword followers, exchanging for some mercenary Scutari. Sword followers should take that one. And then Celtic warriors coming out on a Kushite slave infantry. And then here we go, Cretan archers already setting up. They're not quite firing yet. Now the defenders, mercenary Syrian archers, are starting to shoot at some of the, I believe the Samnite warriors is what they're going after. But look at this, here comes Carthage's archers. All right, Carthage moving his archers over, probably to start shooting into that. Egypt still has his army way back here. Cav getting into the back. Light Horse hitting the back of the Carrying Axeman general for Egypt. Not a huge threat, but the Carrying Axeman is also not like the best unit ever. Like, they're a solid enough unit, don't get me wrong, like to bring, they have really good jabby capabilities, but like when it literally comes to combat, they're not great. So there's damage can be done to them, but it's also just a light horse. Maybe if they had like a noble horse, if that was a noble horse, it would have done a lot of damage to that Carrying Axeman. Now in this area here, we've got some Galatian swords, kind of a combination of Galatian swords, Galatian legionaries. A lot of Boii is just sitting back here, probably just waiting to filter in units to the different places, just because there's not a lot of room to set up. The other thing I'm a little surprised about is the lack of fixed artillery. Fixed artillery is really, really nasty in this area.
Get running!
Sword followers, so, I mean, they exchanged relatively well, the Scutari did. The sword followers definitely got the better of that fight. Now, up top here, mercenary axe warriors going up against Kushite slave infantry. And then it looks like Getae trying to sandwich an armored Shotel warrior here. A mercenary axe warrior and a noble sword trying to sandwich there. A lot of Getae here. A lot of Getae. Wonder if Getae brought 15 freaking noble swords like the last video. Now is this... Wow, look at this. Seleucid already Royal Peltis into the combat. Those Royal Peltis are going to wreck these Pontic swords. Now the downside to it, though, is that Royal Peltis really don't like archers. And so Eastern archers setting up here and really going to do some work on the Royal Peltis. Seleucid, his best bet is getting his archers in, also because he also has another threatened unit, and that's the pikes here. Look at this. Seleucid actually is doing it. He's bringing Assyrian archers over to this exposed flank. to assist in keeping his pikes alive. So we'll see, do the defenders have anything that they could then send out? Oh man, I bet you Pontus is wishing he had that second cav unit. I bet you I'd be wishing I had it. Yeah, you'd see Pontus is just giving up that spot. He's just going to set up here. And the reason for that is it takes away the back shots. Now, he's putting Eastern archers onto the walls. Yeah, there we go. But I was going to say he's leaving the door open, and that's not going to work. And it looks like more units probably being committed here. I mean, that's going to be rough. 2 thorax, 1 is pretty depleted. Sorry, very spread out today, so there's going to be a lot of moving around. I do apologize. Armored Cho'Tell up onto the walls. Going to be into Mercenary Axe Warriors. But look at this. Getae, the Dacian Heavy Bows shooting right into the Armored Cho'Tells. Look at that angle. Yeah, man, that's rough. There's nothing worse than watching one of your, like, expensive units just get shot to living hell. Like this. Cretan Archer shooting right into the backs. Galatian Legionary, yeah, man. The Galatian Legionary is a very good unit, and they can easily take these Skitarii on, but not when they're getting shot in the back with, by Cretan Archers. Look at this. They have actually already been able to push them back, I think. Okay, that's why. They brought the archers up. Same exact issue they're having on the other fronts. They're basically having to continue to, like, give up ground to take away the angles that the attackers are having. Balearic Slinger's already 100 kills. Cretan Archers now moving in. Look at this. They set up in there. Syrians. So some of the Syrians are actually pretty... this guy's really beat up. 38 men left. Galatian Legionary. Gallic Warriors, there's no way he's going to go in by himself. Not with the Gallics. Kushite Slaves going up against Mercenary Axe Warriors. Got a standard spear unit here. I hate to say it, but I think Pontus is going to have to give this up. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Standard Pike versus Standard Pike. But it looks like the Pontic Pikeman is getting the better of this. The downside to Seleucid is that he's the aggressor. He has to push his pikes in. And unfortunately, the aggressive pike will always be at a disadvantage. Always. The defensive pike doesn't have to do anything. All it has to do is stand there. But so the aggressor pike has to actually march forward, which tends to get you a little out of formation, things like that. But it also doesn't help. He's getting shot by arrows, shot by javies. A lot of things were happening there. So got Pontic swords fighting a thorax on the wall. The thorax is also getting shot by Eastern archers. I believe the Syrians just gave up. I think Seleucid realized he didn't have a great angle on that. So he's just going to bring him in. And honestly, he's probably going to wreck these Eastern archers now. Syrians are going to do a lot of work against the Easterns. Oh, this is a Persian light. Interesting. Maybe he brought 3 Syrians, 1 Persian? Yeah, I think he did. No, he brought 2 and 2. Looks like Kush, he didn't... Maybe with his full army, he might have been able to push this, but not with the half army that he had with the other half on the other side. So it looks like he's just going to come over here and support Seleucid's attack. And look at this! God, this side is so rough for the defenders, man. So you got Galatian Legionaries that were basically just out of position. So they're kind of set up at an angle kind of like this, but it leaves the opening for the attackers to sneak units down this road. And it looks like Galatia had to rush things in. There's nothing over here yet. He needs to get something there. Yep, there goes a Galatian sword. Over here, you could see a lot of combat's been happening over here. Most of Egypt's infantry is not really good enough to take on Boii, but he does have the 4 Galatian Royal Guard back here. When they go in, they should do much better, but it looks like, I'm assuming he's really just trying to use up as much ammunition and stuff for the defenders as he can before he sends those guys in. And Galatia, he tried to go in to counter this attack, but he has to pull off of that because the Cretan archers here are just really doing work. 79 kills, 70 kills. Now it looks like we got Balearic that's going a little out of position here. I don't think he's supposed to be doing that. 150 kills. Bunch of Kushite slaves and Samnite warriors over here. Some good screenshots here. You can see the Syrians shooting from the back over there. And up here you got a Celtic Slinger that's pretty banged up and only has 9 kills. Not sure what happened to him. Getae holding and protecting these 2 breaches just to make sure that the Desert Cav and the Kush Gen can't get through all that. Oh, the Kush brought a Royal Kushite Archer Gen, never mind. Ooh, so this could be a little tough. So you got the 4 Syrian archers and also Kushite Royals over here. So what do we got? We got Getae bringing his 4 Dacian bows. They should help out quite a bit, but they might be a little late. Pontus might want to give up this fight until the Dacian heavy bows are set up. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to lose this Eastern Archer. That's really not good. 93 kills. They did pretty solid, but still, that's not good. Really needed as close to a matchup as he could. Because with the 4 Easterns and with the 4 Dacian heavy bows, you could probably take that fight. Especially, I'm going to tell you right now, you see a Royal Kushite Archer General, and you're going to get in an Archer fight, focus that. Not only is it an Archer that's going to kill your pikes, kill your elites, things like that, it's also a General. Get it off the battlefield. That's one reason I personally am not a fan of pike generals and Kush, or not just, but archer generals, because there are other things that can get archer gens. It's just that it gives your opponent even more reason to focus that unit down, and if you lose it, it's even more impactful. Now the noble swords should handle these thorax very easily, especially given that it's 2 depleted units. Now over here, looks like Boii and Galatia are doing a solid job of holding this little area. That tends to be the best place for the defenders to hold in this spot, basically because the defenders can actually protect themselves here. This for Egypt to get a good angle, you'd have to take these archers, bring them over here to shoot into the back of this. The downside of that is the archers for the defenders can sit on this wall and counter that in turn. So that means that for the defenders, this spot is their best defensive place. Where they turn into issues is here, really. It's this spot right here. This spot is very, 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 very hard to hold. And it typically allows the attackers to get further and further down these streets. Now, as they do come further and further down the streets, your archers set up in this spot could do a pretty good job of shooting into them as you hold this and this. So it is tough. Now look at this. The Cretan archers sitting here unprotected. There's nothing there. So Galatian legionaries said, all right, I'm going to come out at you then. So they went out and chased off the Cretan archers. So that was kind of a boo-boo by Carthage. He's really lucky that the defenders have no cav. Because if they had cav, both of these archer units from Kush and Carthage would be gone. As well as some of the Syrian archers from Seleucid. Now, I believe the pikes for the defenders are gone. Now, did they get it out? They got it out. 50 men left. They were able to get it out of there. 122 kills. Nicely done. Now, look at this. Look at this. So, remember that range of the tower I was talking about? Well, the defenders have set up outside of it. You can see the ring of it is right about there. And so they set up kind of out this way. And are basically forcing the attackers to come to them, coming into this very large kill area. So what that allows the attackers or the defenders to do as the attackers approach into this, they can shoot them from all directions with javies and archers, things of the sort, and the attackers can't really do much about it. 83 kills on the Eastern Archers with daggers out, so they must be out of ammunition, I guess. So I decided not to do the Ancient Empires mod for this time because I wanted to see how the battle runs without it on. And unfortunately, it does seem to be that the mod was what was causing some of that like laggy jerkiness in the replay, unfortunately. And I hate to say that that might mean I may not really be able to use it because I really don't like that. I think it looks bad. Disciples of Epetimac coming in here and a Royal Peltis coming in. Oh man, this Noble Sword is not looking good. The Royal Peltis is getting right around. Got a Pontic Sword coming in. Now, if the Royal Peltis comes around, the archers from this side actually have really good angle on that. So the Royal Peltis is probably not going to last very long. Pontic Sword and Noble Sword actually switching places. Pontic Sword on the wall still holding in, 144 kills. Royal Peltis 162 kills. Persian Light Archers moving forward as well as the Syrians. Now Pikes moving back forward, 2 Pikes. This one has 0 kills, so it got shot somewhere. 122 on the other one. And then, to be honest with you, Pontus is looking a bit bare bones right now. Uh-oh. Now, unfortunately, it does look like the attackers are starting to gain ground in this area. Celtic Bows here, 43 kills, 17 kills. Once again, one being stationed on the wall here to counter off any archers that try to approach. That does mean, though, they have to leave a unit here to protect this wall area. Now, what the attackers could have done, to be honest with you, they could have taken one of their tortoises down here and taken down one of these walls, or even, like they literally right now could set onto a tower and go onto this wall. Literally. Another trick they could do is they could blow this wall out, take the siege tower, then get on that wall. There's a couple ways you could approach that. Samnite Warriors going against a depleted Galatian Legionary that it's still relatively healthy, but and a back shot with the Javies. That might, now just wavering, but if the Samnites win in right now, they might be able to break that unit. Levy Freeman holding back some Noble Fighters. The Noble Fighters at 66 men left. 237 kills, though. Over on this side, Noble Sword, 46, going against a Noble Fighter with 194. The Noble Sword is healthier, so he might actually be able to handle that. Now, Swordfather, once again, just coming out and chasing off the archers. That's all they got to do. Now, this archer, 149, yeah, it's got ammo. It's got to be careful. General's bodyguard, though. Oh, this is not good. This whole thing is gone, and they're continuing to put things over here, but the issue is, here comes the attackers. Or maybe they're not coming, but I don't know. The Disciples of Epetimac, I guess, are gone now. I do apologize, guys. It's kind of like kind of stuff going on all over the place. Turn around, turn around, turn around! I guess they technically did turn around. Desert Cavs, not great. Looks like the Pontic player is just going to kind of hold this spot for now. Nice Javi toss into the Armored Showtells, though. Ooh, I don't think he quite got that Javi off, the Armoreds, I don't think. Now look at this, Boei re-pushing back the Egyptian players. Now the downside is now he's got to deal with the Galatian Royal Guard. He's got 2 sword followers in, 125 kills and 100 kills. Now over here, this is where it's a little dicey. The Samnite Warriors are really doing work on the Galatian Legionary unit that I think was already injured. There's a Falksman here, 31 kills. Galatian Noblemen, 45. They should be able to hold the Samnites pretty well here. I really wish I could use the mod because the Galatian Noblemen in the Ancient Empires mod look fantastic. Creedon's still alive and still doing work. Noble Fighters are still alive too. Oh, look at this. Noble Fighters turning around. I think they're coming back to help deal with this. Sword Follower is going to get into the back of the other Noble Fighter and probably finish it off here. Noble Sword still hanging in. They got beat up pretty bad, I'll be honest with you. The General for Carthage moving in. Egypt is still relatively healthy. And it looks like we might have a fallback from the defenders at this point. Yep, looks like we got a fallback. I think, honestly, what's probably causing this fallback is... I don't know, I was going to say this side, but man, like, Pontus is going all in on this. He says, no, no, no. We stand where we are. Spears are going to finish these archers off. They're just... I mean, they're archers. They're not going to be able to take on, an actual melee unit. Like, unless it's, say, a very severely damaged unit already. Look at this. We got somebody using Warrior General trying to break and stem the flow of the Seleucid units here. Got to Intimidate, which is going to take away the ability use of the Royal Peltus / Gen. And then I believe they used... I don't know, where did they use the... I know, they used the effect that affects morale on one of the other units. I don't remember which one. But basically, it helps you try and break units faster. Unfortunately, it does look like there are some units that are going to be left behind. Got a Falxman unit that I'm guessing is going to be set here in case it needs to come in and plug this for a moment, allowing more units to retreat. Because, like, we got two relatively healthy... I mean, this is really healthy Sword Follower. But this Sword Follower, 70 men, that's not one you want to just let go. And over this way, you got a Sword Follower that is about to break. 133 kills is not bad at all. How'd the Galatian Royal Guard? 121. Maybe the other ones haven't come in yet. Yep. Looks like it's the only one in right now. 122 kills with 50 men lost. Not bad. Yeah, look at it. Yep, I think he's having to turn these guys around just to plug the gap. Oh, here's another Galatian Royal Guard. 117. But unfortunately, the Sam Knights catch the other Sword Follower. So, I mean, it's actually a relatively even matchup there, numbers-wise. I think the Sword Follower might actually pull that out, except for the General's probably going to come help out. Probably going to come around and get him in the back. And out of nowhere, Seleucid smothered. Like, I thought Seleucid was going to be able to push through Pontus here. And, man, out of nowhere, Pontus just counterattacked like a vicious lion. And, man, nicely done. Seleucid is out. Seleucid's out of the battle. Gone. The spear unit for Getae taking on the Nubian bow, 107 to 100. The spear should be able to do that. Although spear unit for Getae is relatively cheap. So they might lose it, but I just... Honestly, they might lose it just for the fact that their whole unit's not on the wall fighting. That doesn't help things, that's for sure. But what this is going to mean is that Pontus and their leftover forces and the Getae leftover forces can now fully focus their units to other directions. Celtic Slingers trying to run away from the General's bodyguard. Celtic Slingers ever get more kills? 52, that's alright. Naked Warriors holding back the Galatian Royal Guard. Sam Knight Warriors moving forward, but Naked Warriors are just going to get out of that, which is, I think, the right decision here. Healthy Sword Follower. Naked Swords are tired as well, so they probably want to get out of that combat before they just start taking unnecessary losses. 32 kills, not bad. Now, yeah, I mean, so Pontus is beat up. Like, he doesn't have that much left, but units are units, so this is good. And also, it's not even just the fact that this is now reinforcements. It is also the fact that now they have less to worry about this side. I doubt that the remaining attackers will send units this way. They just don't have enough left. If they still had some from Seleucid, then they could continue to push this direction. But I think with just what's left between the Kush, Carthage, and Egypt, I just don't think they have enough to expand to that south side or to the east side, west side of the city, whatever that direction is. You know, north, south, east, west. The western side of the city. I just don't think they've got the troops to come all the way over here. The heavy spears countering off the general's bodyguard. Yeah, they don't want to get in that. He's got cavalry counter tactics, and with cavalry counter tactics, he has 75 bonus versus large. That's pretty good. I haven't seen much Oathsworn from Boii. Oathsworn General. Did the Boii just bring no Oathsworn besides its General? It doesn't look like it. Boii is Titiron. I'm just looking at that again. Alright, so I think this is where the attackers are now setting up to decide how they want to push this. Is the full push here, or do they decide on another plan, something else they want to do here? Iberian Swords, Carrying Axemen, Disciples of Epidemic. Is this the one from... I don't think this is the one from over there. I feel like that one actually died. Let me see if we can find any of those lion-skinned... Yeah, I mean, there's definitely bodies over here, but... I mean, I guess there's a chance they could have survived, and maybe that's it. Maybe that's the unit, and they just snuck around somewhere. I'm not sure. But it looks like here we got the push, Carrying Axemen going in, the first line of Glacial Legionaries. Not a very strong line of Glacial Legionaries. Naked Warriors here, Frenzy into the Carrying Axemen. The Naked Warriors are going to get some good kills. Look at that in the charge. Charge bonus of 56 with the Frenzy. Oh man, look at that number. 77 now. This Galatian Legionary did not have a good day. Well, wait. Yeah, 38 men, 45 kills. Galatian Sword of 103 kills, 35 men left. Look at this sneaky. So the attackers weren't paying attention, and a tiny Galatian Sword unit is going to come around the back and chase off the reinforcements. Now the Naked Warriors pulling off here so that they can probably just turn right around and go. Oh, they're switching out. Yeah, the other unit of Naked Warriors going in and then coming back in as a flank. Carthage's Gen got caught by the spear unit here, and I think it's going to finish it off. 217 kills on the spear unit. Most of it was archers, but you know what? It's still respectable. They still have a heavy spear over here that only has 1 kill. Naked Warriors 87 kills, 103 kills. But here comes Galatian Royal Guard and a Carrying Axeman. Looks like the defenders are just going to fall back out of that. Except for the... Where's this unit? 62 men. So where's the rest of it? Oh, the rest of it's over here. I don't know what this guy... Oh, shit! Oh, he's over there! Oh, God damn it! We gotta go this way. Stupid. Disciples of Epidemic have 142 kills, by the way. Charge bonus of 60. I believe the only one higher than that is a Galatian or a Thracian noble with 63. Celtic Warriors and a Levy Freeman. Now this is one downside to this, to the point in this map. The point is right here, and it's very, very cramped. The upside to it is this right here. I mean, look at this, guys. Could you imagine, like, being an archer? This is like an archer's dream. To sit up here and have a position like this. Hey, it's a cool screenshot. But here comes the approach from Carthage and Egypt. Galatian Royal Guard, 187 kills. Libyan infantry. The Levy Freemen and the Celtic Warriors are not going to last long. But the nice thing to that is they're going to sacrifice their lives for the archers to do all the damage. Disciples of Patamak just annihilated the swordsman follower. 198 kills now. Another Galatian. Ooh, right in the back of the Levy Freeman. That's not good. Iberian swords going in. Mount's power, I think, is relatively in the favor of the defenders at this point, but it by no means like a done deal. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Why that statement made me think of that song, I don't know, but it did. Deal with it. Look at this. Kush actually still has our ammo. 81 kills, 78 kills. Another Galatian Royal Guard coming in. Probably going to deal with this Noble Sword pretty quick. I mean, the Noble Sword will definitely put up a fight, don't get me wrong. But Galatian Royal Guard is a better unit. And here's Pontus. Look at this. Pontus is like, I'm not out of this fight yet. I'll continue. But Archer fire right into the Pontic Sword's backs. 173 kills. Not bad at all for the Pontic Sword. General here, 140 kills. These units, unfortunately, kind of just have to... They got to leave something over here to keep the attackers from thinking of going this direction. Celtic Slingers actually survived, and looks like they're getting some pot shots off. Really healthy Armored Shotel. Got a pike unit still for Egypt. Some more depleted units from Kush. Ooh, jeez, man. Not fun. Not fun at all. Same thing over here, but look at this. Pontus just... Look at all the blue, man. Pontus did not have a fun day in this corner. Not at all. But I would say he had a much better day on this corner. I mean, there's still a lot of blue, but there's also a lot of silver and white from the Seleucid. Got some depleted units from Boii, a lot of archers and stuff up here from Boii and Getae. Now, Cretan archers for Carthage apparently are out of ammo. Now, that healthy unit of Galatian Royal Guard looks like he's going to sneak around. Or try to, at least. Looks like he got caught. But here comes the Pontic General coming to plug the gap. Disciples of Patamak at 252 kills. Look at this, look at this. Counterattack, counterattack. Got Getae and Boii coming forward here. Mercenary Axe Warriors going in, catching some Egyptian archers. Now they are going to be countered again by the Armored Shotels from Kush, and then another counter from them into the Armored Shotels. Counter to counter, counter to counter, counter. That is the game of Rome. When you play the game of Rome, you either win or you die. Yeah? Anyone? Anyone? If nobody gets this, I would be extremely disappointed. Ooh, look at this. Smart move. Boii throwing in his naked warriors against the Armored Shotels, neutralizing the biggest advantage of the Armored Shotel, which is their armor piercing. And as I say that, he decides to turn around. He probably turned around because of the pikes. Once again, they just... No, you just can't do anything about it. Like, they don't help. Now, Galatian Royal Guard charging into the Oathsworn. Now, the Oathsworn, I think, are going to do all right here, mostly for the fact that the Galatian Royal Guard is already injured, 106 men to 131. But you can see the Galatian Royal Guard is doing damage. I think Pontus was trying to come around, but another healthy Galatian Royal Guard coming in and countering him. Got Headhunt popped on either one of them. Now, what's interesting, I don't know how he was able to pop the headhunt with Intimidate on him. And then also a War Cry used. The Noble Sword General for Gete moving in. Coming in to counter the Glacial Royal Guard over here. But here's the biggest issue, the pikes. Now, because the pikes are gone... No, I don't think... Well, I don't... What is... What? What are you doing? I'm not sure what Bowie is doing. What? I think you really want to have those guys over here. I'm really not sure exactly what's going on with those. Titty, if you're watching the video, just what's your thoughts there? Let me know. Because I was thinking you could take in these units and these units, and because the pikes had pushed in, you could take your units and you could counterattack right now. I think you could do a lot of damage on the Disciples and the Carrion Axemen here. Now, what the defenders have to decide to do here is, your best bet is, what I think they should have done is put a unit here to counter this. You can see the archers do still have ammo, but it looks like they're basically having to decide, who do you shoot? Do you shoot the Glacial Royal Guard and the Armored Shotels, or do you shoot the pikes? That is the question. The pikes are 11 kills. They've lost 24 men. No, 34 men, excuse me. Oathsworn at 95 kills. Armored Shotels 148. So there is a counterattack. Pontus actually brought his general all the way down and over, and the defenders are counter-attacking. But man, the Naked Warriors just had to go all the way across Tarnation to get here, and they're exhausted now. I feel like that had to have been a boo-boo. Like, because I just don't see what the tactical advantage was of going all the way around like that. It didn't gain anything. So I feel like there was a boo-boo in, like, pathing or maybe a misclick. I'm not sure, but that's the only thing I could think of. Kushite slaves are going to try and stop the Naked Warriors, but the Naked Warriors are just going to get more kills out of that. And the other Naked Warriors, I think, going to come around here. Now, on the point, the Heavy Spear is now breaking. The Pike is not taking nearly enough damage. Neither are the Shotels. Neither is the Glacial Royal Guard. There's 3 different things on the point that they need to kill right now. And they need to kill them with archers. The issue is, there's 3 different things on the point that they need to kill. So it's a very, very interesting decision. I think you go for the Pikes. The reason I think you go for the Pikes is because you can't fight them. You can fight Shotels, it's not fun. You can fight Glacial Royal Guard, it's not fun. But you can't fight Pikes. Pikes have longer weapons, that means you die. Now they have broken the Pike, that is good. That's a good start. Now they can actually throw the units into combat to fight these other units. So that is a good thing, and a counterattack. Falksman getting in from behind on the Armored Shotels. Falksman at 123 kills now. And look at this counterattack. The Naked Warriors, Pontic Swords, another Naked Warrior. Cretan Archers are still alive, 102 kills with ammo. But I think the Naked Warrior is probably going to come over and deal with that. Or he's going to counter-charge the Carrion Axeman again. Or cycle charge, excuse me. 193 on that Naked Sword, 147 on this one. Glacial Royal Guard breaking over here. Armored Shotels breaking on the point. They have now fully broken, and I think that's it. I think that's it, guys. Obviously, you can see there are minor units left, but I think it's fair to say this battle is over. An intense down-to-the-wire fight, but 14 seconds. And that's going to be it, guys. All right, so we're going to end the replay and look at some kills. So for the defenders, Titty Rond as Bowie I with 2,415 kills. His general, 97 kills. His archers, one did really well at 229. And infantry overall, as usual with Boei, did extremely well. Alpha Zero Atom with Gete with 2,300 kills. Nicely done. Archers did very well. Noble Swords did very well. And then his infantry, they did okay. Then we've got Kenny with 2,027 kills as Pontus. His infantry actually did pretty solid. Some of it did not do great. I think most of these were the ones in that corner that it was rough. It was very, very rough. Then we've got Puv as Galatia with 1,867 kills. They had to have been playing on large funds. Because otherwise I don't see these armies. You know what I mean? Like, this is nowhere near enough Galatian Legionaries for like 13,500 funds, so my guess is that they played on large. Then we've got Billy Blazes as Kush with 1,831 kills. Armored Hotels did solid enough too. Like, this one did really well. These guys did okay, like solid, and that one did okay. His archers, the Royal Kushite General did well with 173, and then his Kushite slaves. Now look at that Disciple, 348 kills. Then we've got B-Man as Carthage with 2,300 kills on the dot. Archers and Slingers did really well. Noble Fighters, look at that, 263, 282. Sam Knights did very, very well. Scutari they did okay. And then one Libyan with 182. Smoke Grenadiers as Egypt with 2,022. Galatian Royal Guard all did very, very well. His other infantry, not great. Then finally, Iron as Seleucid with 1,994 kills. The Royal Peltas did very, very well. Archers did very, very well. Infantry, not great. But that is it for today's video and replay. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to go hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you guys back. You know, we have grown. We're at 2,284 people on the channel now. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time.